thoughts with that old quack.
Now don't give way to violent emotion. Your father's merely talked about the notion. And words and deeds are far from being one. Much that is talked about is left undone.
No! No! I don't stop his machinations. I'll tell him off. I'm impatient.
Oh, do calm down and be practical. I felt my mistress dealt with him and your father. 6. Elmire has some influence over him, I've noted. He hangs upon her words, seems most devoted, and may indeed be smitten by her charm. Pray heavens it's true, to do our cause no harm. She sent for him just now, to sound him out on this affair you're so incensed about. She'll find out where he stands, and tell him too what dreadful strife and trouble will ensue if he lends countenance to your father's plans. Couldn't get in to see him just now, but his man says he's almost finished with his prayers. Go now and catch them when they come downstairs.
I want to hear this conference, and I will.
No, they must be alone.
No, I'll keep still.
Oh, not you. I know your temper. You'd start to brawl, you'd stomp your foot, and shout, and spoil it all.
No, I won't.
A nuisance! He's coming. Get out of sight.
Put up my hair shirt and put my scourge in place and pray, Laurent, for heaven's perpetual grace. I'm going to the prison now to share my last few coins with the poor wretches there.
Dear God, what affectation. What a fake.
You wish to see me?
Yes.
For mercy's sake, please take this handkerchief before you speak.
What?
Cover that bosom, girl. The flesh is weak, and unclean thoughts are difficult to control. Such sights as that can undermine the soul.
Your soul, it seems, has very poor defenses, and flesh makes quite an impact on your senses. It's strange that you're so easily excited. My own desires are not so soon ignited. And if I saw you naked as a beast, not all your hide would tempt me in the least.
Speak more modestly, girl. Unless you do, I shall have to take my leave of you.
Well, no, it's I who must be on my way. I've just one message to convey. Madame is coming downstairs and begs you, sir, to have a word or two with her.
Gladly.
That had a softening effect. I think my guess about him was correct.
Will she be long?
No. That's her step, I hear. Here she is. And now I shall disappear.
May heaven, whose infinite goodness we adore, preserve your body and your soul forevermore. And bless your days and answer thus the plea of one who is its humblest voter.
I thank you for that pious wish, but please, do take a chair and let's be more at ease.
I trust you are once more well and strong.
Oh yes, the fever didn't last for long.
My prayers are too unworthy, I am sure, to have gained from heaven this most gracious cure. But lately, madam, my every supplication has had for object your recuperation.
You shouldn't have troubled so. I don't deserve it.
Oh, your health is priceless, madam, and to preserve it, I gladly give my own, in all sincerity.
Sir, you outdo us all in Christian charity. You've been most kind, and I count myself your debtor.
'Twas nothing, madam. I long to serve you better.
There's a private matter I'm anxious to discuss. I'm glad there's no one here to hinder us.
I too am glad. It floods my heart with bliss to find myself alone with you like this. For just such a chance I prayed with all my power, but prayed in vain till this happy hour.
It won't take long, sir, and I do hope you'll be entirely frank and unconstrained with me.
Indeed, there is nothing I should rather do than bare my inmost heart and soul to you. But first, let me say that remarks I've made about the constant visits you are paid were prompted not by any mean emotion, but rather by a pure and deep devotion, a fervent zeal.
No need for explanation. Your sole concern, I'm sure, was my salvation.
Quite so. In such a fervor do I feel that...
Please, your pinching.
'Twas from excessive zeal. I never meant to hurt you, I swear. I rather...
What could your hand be doing there?
Feeling your... gown. Such soft, fine woven stuff.
Please, I'm extremely ticklish. That's enough.
My, what lovely lace work on your dress. The workmanship's miraculous, no less. I've not seen anything to equal it.
Yes, but let's talk business for a bit. They say my husband used to break his word and give his daughter to you, sir. Had you heard?
He did once mention it, but I confess I dream of quite a different happiness. It's elsewhere, madam, that my eyes discern the promise of bliss for which I yearn.
I see. You care for nothing here below.
Oh, my heart's not made of stone, you know.
All your desires mount heavenward, I'm sure, in scorn of all that's earthly and impure.
A love of heavenly beauty does not preclude a proper love of earthly pulchritude. Our senses are quite rightly captivated by perfect works our Maker has created. Some glory clings to all that heaven has made. In you, all heaven's marvels are displayed. On that fair face, such beauties have been lavished. The eyes are dazzled. The heart is ravished. How could I look upon you, oh flawless creature, and not adore the author of all nature, feeling a love both passionate and pure for you, his triumph of self-portraiture. At first, I trembled, lest that love should be a subtle snare that hell hath laid for me. But soon, there be, I became aware that my deep passion could be made to square with rectitude and with my bounded duty. Thereupon I surrendered to your beauty. It is, I know, presumptuous on my part to bring you this poor offering of my heart, and it is not my merit, heaven knows, but your compassion on which my hopes repose. You are my peace, my solace, my salvation. On you depends my bliss or desolation. I abide your judgment and as you think best, I shall be the miserable or blessed.
Your declaration is most gallant, sir, but don't you think it's out of character? You'd have done better to restrain your passion and think before you spoke in such a fashion. It ill becomes a pious man like
Oh,
you.
I may be pious, but I'm human too. With your celestial charms before his eyes, a man has not the power to be wise. I know such words sound strangely coming from me, but I am no angel, nor was I meant to be. And if you blame my passion, you must needs reproach as well the charms on which it feeds. Your loveliness I had no sooner seen than you became my soul's unrivaled queen. Before your seraph glance, divinely sweet, my heart's defenses crumbled in defeat, and nothing, fasting, prayer, or tears might do, could stay my spirit from adoring you. My eyes, oh, my sighs, have told you in the past what now my lips make bold to say at last. And if, in your great goodness, you will deign to look upon your slave and ease his pain, if, in compassion for my soul's distress, you will stoop to comfort my unworthiness, I'll raise to you, in thanks for that sweet manna, an endless hymn, an infinite hosanna. Of course, with me, there need be no anxiety, no fear of scandal or of notoriety. These young court gallants, whom all the ladies fancy, are vain in speech, in action rash and chancy. When they succeed in love, the world soon knows it. No favors granted them, but they disclose it. And by the looseness of their tongue, profane the very altar where their hearts are laid. Men of my sort, however, love discreetly. One may trust our reticence completely. And my keen concern for my good name ensures the absolute security of yours. In short, I offer you, my dear Elmira, love without scandal, pleasure without fear.
I've heard your well-turned speeches to the end, and what you urge I clearly apprehend. Aren't you afraid that I may take a notion and tell my husband of your warm devotion? And supposing he were duly told, his feelings toward you might grow rather cold.
I know, dear lady, that your exceeding charity will lead your heart to pardon my temerity, and that you'll excuse my violent affection as human weakness, human imperfection, and that, oh, fairest, you will bear in mind that I am but flesh and blood, and am not blind.
Some women might do otherwise, perhaps, but I shall be discreet about your lapse. I'll tell my husband nothing of what's occurred, if, in return, you give your solemn word to advocate as forcefully as you can the marriage of Valère and Marianne, renouncing all desire to dispossess another of his rightful happiness and...
We will not hush up this vile affair. I
if you will study and deserve my leniency. I promise silence, don't make me break my word. To make a scandal would be too absurd. Good wives laugh off such trifles and forget them. Why should they tell their husbands and upset them?
You have no reasons for taking such a course. I have reasons too of equal force. To spare him now would be insanely wrong. I've swallowed my just wrath for far too long and watched this insolent bigotry bring strife and bitterness into our family life. Too long he's meddled in my father's affairs, thwarting my petticoats and poor Valerius. It's high time my father was undeceived, and now I've proof that can't be disbelieved. Proof that was furnished to me by heaven above. It's too good not to take advantage of. This is my one chance, and I deserve to lose it. If for one moment I hesitate to use it.
To me.
No, I must do whatever I think is right, madam. My heart is bursting with delight. Say whatever you will. I will not consent to give up the sweet revenge on which I'm bent. I'll settle matters without further ado. But most importantly, here is my cue. Father, how good of you to join us. Let us advise you of some news which doubtless will surprise you. Just now you've been repaid with interest for all the love and kindness towards our guest. He's proved his warm, grateful feelings towards you. It's with a pair of horns he would reward you. Yes, I surprised him and your wife had heard his adulteress offer every word. She, with all her too gentle disposition, would not have told you of his proposition. But I will not make terms with such brazen lechery and felt that not to tell you would be treachery.
And I hold that one's husband's peace of mind should not be spoiled by tattle of such kind. One's honor doesn't require it. To be proficient in keeping men at bay is quite sufficient. These are my sentiments, and I wish, Dami, that you had heeded me and held your peace.
Can it be true, these dreadful things that I hear?
Yes, dear brother. I'm a wicked man, I fear.
Oh,
A wretched sinner. All depraved and twisted. The greatest villain who has ever existed. My life's one heap of crimes, which grow each minute. There's naught but foulness and corruption in it. And I perceive that heaven, outraged by me, has chosen this occasion to mortify me. Charge me with any deed you wish to name. I'll not defend myself, but take the blame. Believe what you are told, and drive Tartuffe like some base criminal from beneath your roof. Yes, drive me hence, and with a parting curse, I shall protest, for I deserve far worse. Oh, you deceitful boy!
how dare you try to stain his purity with so foul a lie?
Are you taking it in by such a bluff? Did you not hear?
Enough, you rogue, enough!
Oh, dear brother, let him speak. But you're being unjust. Believe his story. The boy deserves your trust. And why, after all, should you have faith in me? How can you know what I might do or be? Is it on my good actions that you base your favor? Do you trust my pious faith? Oh, no. Don't be deceived by hollow shows. I am far, alas, from being what men suppose. Though the world sees me as a man of worth, I am truly the most worthless man on earth. Yes, my dear son, speak out now. Call me the chief of sinners, a wretch, a murderer, a thief. Load me with all the names men most abhor. I'll not complain, for I've earned them all, and more. I'll kneel here, while you pour them on my head, as just punishment for the life I've led.
Oh, this is too much, dear brother. Have you no heart?
Are you taking any light as rascal's art?
Be still, you monster. Oh, brother, I pray you rise. Oh, villain!
What? Silence! Can't you realize?
Oh, just one more word, and I'll tear you limb from limb.
In God's name, brother, don't be harsh with him. I'd rather more be tortured at the stake than see him bear one scratch for my poor sake. Ingrate! If I must beg you on bended knee to forgive him, ad hominem, ad
Such
populum.
goodness cannot be. Now there's true charity. You will be still. I know your motive. I know you wish him ill. Yes, all of you, wife, child, servants all, conspire against him and desire his fall, seeking every shameful trick you can to alienate me from this saintly man. The more you seek to drive me away, the more I'll do to keep him. Without delay, I'll spite this household and confound its pride by giving him my daughter as his bride.
You're going to force her to accept his hand!
Yes! And this very night, do you understand? I shall defy you all and make it clear that I am the one who gives the orders here. Come, kneel down and grasp his blessed feet and ask your pardon for his black deceit.
I ask the swindler's pardon, I rather!
Oh! You insult him and defy your father? Speak! 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 Release me! And never set foot in it again!
I will! But
Go quickly then! I disinherit you! An empty purse is all you'll get from me, except my curse! Your goodness, what a son!
Forgive him, Lord, as I have already done. You can't know how it hurts when someone tries to blacken me in my dear brother's eyes. The mere thought of such ingratitude plunges my soul into so dark a mood. Such horror grips my heart. I gasp for breath and cannot speak and feel myself in death.
You blackguard! How did I spare you? Why did I not tear you into pieces at the spot? Don't be hurt, friend.
These scenes, these dreadful quarrels have got to end. I've much upset your household, and I perceive that the best thing will be for me to leave.
What are you saying?
They're all against me here. They'd have you think me false and insincere.
What of that? Have I ceased believing in you?
Their adverse talk will certainly continue, and charges you now repudiate you may find credible at a later date.
No!
Brothers, a wife can sway a husband's mind in many a subtle way.
No, never!
To leave it once is the solution. Thus only can I end their persecution.
No! You shall remain!
Well, to me, much martyrdom and pain. But if you wish it. And so be. But one thing must be settled as I see it, for your dear honor and our friendship's sake. There's one precaution I feel bound to take. I shall avoid your wife and stay away.
No, you shall not. Whatever they may say, it pleases me to vex them. And for spite, I'd have them see you with her day and night. What's more, I'll drive them to despair by making you my only son and heir. This day I'll give to you alone, clear deed entitled to everything I own. A dear good friend and son-in-law to be is more than wife or child or kin to me. Will you agree to my offer, dearest son?
In all things, let the will of heaven be done.
Poor fellow. Come, we'll go draw up the deed, and then let them burst with disappointed greed.